Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm going to just jump right into this. You really don't need more money if you want to travel the world. You need to stop believing this one lie. And this lie has basically been keeping you stuck, stressed out, and grounded uh, while others are basically living your dream life, right? Um, and this one big lie has been taught to us and conditioned us and manipulated us into believing that we need to have a job and punch a clock and work 40 hours a week. And if you want to make more money, you could put in overtime. Or if you want more money, you could get a second part time job. But there's this one problem. It really is not about money. And I'll explain in a little bit. However, I just wanted to say I was going to go live yesterday, and I am right now in Jersey. If you're new here, my name is Bart. I'm from Chicago, and I do have a gig. I wouldn't call it a job. It's a gig. I choose to do it, and the reason why is because I get to travel. But I don't get to travel based on my terms. I get to travel on the terms of my boss. And my boss is actually a friend of mine. We met a long time ago. And he's got this company that he does billboard trucks. They're digitized trucks. I don't know if you've ever seen them. I'm sure you have. It's basically a big box. There's a couple. There's a banner. They're the skinny ones, and they just have a banner. It's just static, okay. And there's the digital ones where you could uh, upload an image, a video. You could have music playing, and so I'm driving this digital truck. We're doing a campaign in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm staying in Jersey, but we're doing a campaign in Brooklyn, New York, right? So yeah, I get to travel, but once again, it's not on my terms. I don't necessarily punch a clock, but I have a schedule that I got to stick with. I got to be there at a certain time. I got to drive for a certain time. And yesterday I was going to start this series, but what happened is it was kind of a lot of confusing situations. We didn't have proper instructions on where to go, what time to be there, the address. Somebody just sent us uh, a map of Brooklyn and said, you're going to be working here. But like for example, I had to meet the people I was working for because we did this the thing that the guy that's running in Brooklyn for city council. Well, we did a blockade, not a blockade. It was when you drive behind people like in the parade style. I was following the guys, and basically I had the advertisement on the digital truck of the guy that's running for city council, and we had the leader, which was him and a guy, his driver, and we would just drive around Brooklyn, and then we'd stop, and the people would get out and hand out flyers and talk to the people out there, and the candidate would shake hands and meet people, and so that's kind of like what I did yesterday, but it was very unorganized, but we got through it, and then we had an issue with another truck because there's three of us here, and basically what happened is uh, one of the trucks need a it's called a jetpack, but it's like a little like a hotspot, and it's connected to the truck to the network of the truck, and basically that jetpack wasn't working. It wasn't connected. There's something wrong with it. So we had to. grab another jetpack out of another truck and connect it to that truck. So now, and then we had issues with that. So I'm the tech guy because I went to school for computer science, and I got a $50,000 degree that I could pretty much wipe my butt with. It's worthless. And so we had a lot of problems yesterday. I was going to go live at 8 o'clock, but there was 8 Eastern, but that was totally impossible. And by the time we got done, I got up to the hotel room. It was 11 o'clock, and I was tired, hungry, tired. I ate my dinner that I bought at 7 o'clock. I didn't eat it till about 11 o'clock. And by the time I got up to the room, I ate my dinner, and I knocked out. So I apologize for yesterday. We're going to make sure that we keep the series flowing. So today's day one. Once again, let's talk about this. And, let me know where you're from if you're watching this on the recorded version, because right now my channel is brand new. So I understand why I don't have people jumping on the live. And that's okay. We're just getting started, but we're building the momentum. I'm building the momentum. And but I wanted to cover this series because, see, although I'm working right now and I have a gig and I'm doing this gig, and it's good. I like it because I get to, I call it a paid vacation, but can't do much sightseeing. Sometimes I can. Uh, with this job, I will be able to do it tomorrow, Monday. We have off. We're not doing anything Monday. And Tuesday's election time, so we're going to be out there for election time, driving around promoting the candidates. And basically, I love to travel, and that's why I like this gig, because I get to travel, and I'm getting paid for traveling. My hotel room's paid for, although I got to work, but I have very limited time of how I could spend it sightseeing. Okay, so the good thing is, because I have off tomorrow, I'll be able to do some sightseeing, and but I found that most people, they say they could travel more, which I'm one of those most people that I would love to travel more, but I want to do it on my terms, right? But here's the truth. Here's the truth bomb. Okay, it's not really about money. It's really about time. Okay, or specifically the lack of it. Okay, so today I'm going to break down the real reason why most people kind of stay stuck uh, dreaming about travel instead of living it. And no, it's not what you think. Okay, so let's get real. You can save a few $100 for a flight. I've done it before. You could find deals on Airbnb. I have not done that before yet, but I'd love to. I'd love to stay in Airbnb. I saw some interesting ones in Illinois, just to get away. I'm from Chicago, so there's some nice Airbnbs, like just weird, unusual Airbnbs. There's one where you could actually live in a train cabin, and it's down south in Illinois, which I thought was kind of cool. You can even eat street food just to save a buck when you're traveling on a budget, right? But none of that matters if you can't get time off of work, right? Okay. Because even if you get a paid vacation, I mean, we know how paid vacations work. You only get about, 1 to 2 weeks per year. If you've been with a company for a long time, you could build it up to 4 weeks, but I don't think you could take them. It all depends on the company. You can't take them all at once. So you can't take 4 weeks off. Some companies maybe allow you to do that, but most don't. So if you got this, you earned this time off. So you work 40 hours a week. You punch in that clock, and you're waiting for that vacation, and you're all excited when that day comes, right? You've taken a week off, and you saved up some money, you made some plans, you know exactly where you're going to go, and then you get there, the week flies by like that. Next thing you know, you're back in the office and you're going, what the hell just happened? Believe me. So this isn't a money issue. This is really a time freedom issue. So if you see me looking down, first of all, let me check the chat, see if there's anybody here. No. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully, if you're you're probably going to catch this on a replay, obviously. But yeah, stick around. We're going to get down to we're getting to the bottom of why people can't travel. If you love to travel, just hang out a little bit. This is a live. That's why I'm like improvising and rattling on. But this is the stuff that you got to hear, because if you want to travel and you don't have the time and you don't have the money, and once again, I said it's not really about the money, because even if you do have the money, you work, all year. You're waiting for that 1 week vacation. So, yeah, you maybe get a little vacation fund. A lot of people like to put, grab a jar, put a label on it that says vacation fund, and put a couple bucks here, and the whole family throws a couple bucks in there, right? And you got this vacation fund going. And then when that week comes where you all can go on vacation, you got that money, you saved it up, you made your reservations, and you go, right? But like I said, as long as you're trading time for money, your freedom stays locked behind somebody else's schedule. And that's exactly, I'm traveling, but I'm still stuck behind somebody's schedule because I have to do what I have to do. And when I have to go to the site where I'm going to be driving around, like we're doing stuff in Brooklyn today, then I still have to work, an 8-hour day. Okay. Drive there, drive back. I got to take pictures of the truck by landmarks. So that's for the client to let them know that we're actually doing the work. There's also a GPS report and all that stuff. So I get to travel, but it's very limited of what I can do while I'm traveling. Okay. Like yesterday, the whole day, it was a long day. Ended up here in the hotel room, and I was exhausted. So, but today I get to see my friends. Hopefully everything goes smooth. My friends are coming from Pennsylvania, and I should be done by around 6 o'clock Eastern time. So they got to drive an hour and a half to meet up with me from where they're at. I'm in a hotel in Jersey. So hopefully everything goes smooth, that I could get back here on time and meet up with my friends, because at 6 o'clock already, you got limited time before the sun goes down, before, we get to do any sightseeing. Okay. So, but anyway, getting back on track, make sure if you're new here and you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel if you like the content, and like it, share it, or share with other people that like to travel. Okay. And stick around for the entire series. It's going to be five. This is 5 days, 5 day series. This is day 1, and we're talking about what really is holding you back, and it's the lack of time. Okay. So what is the answer? And if you see me looking down here, that's because I have an outline of what I want to talk about, so I kind of stay on topic. Okay, so I'm not all over the place, which I kind of am, but I'm sharing with you what's going on with me. I get to travel, but I don't get to sightsee because I'm on somebody's schedule. Okay, and that's the problem. Not such a big problem for me, because I get to still see other places. I've been to Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. Great city. Okay. But I'm limited to what I can do while I'm traveling. So what is the answer? And it started with shifting your mindset. How can I earn more money? And how can I do it without trading time for money? Okay. Because once you do that, you open the door to more time, more travel, and yes, more money too. But you have to shift. You have to have a mind shift. Your mindset has to shift. That how can I do this without without actually getting another job? Because another job, you're just going to be trading more time for more money, but you'll have much less time because now you got to coordinate with two jobs. If you take a week off on vacation, your first job has to agree with you that yes, you could take time off that week, and then the other job has to agree with you and say yes, you can also on that week take time off. Otherwise, if the other job doesn't agree with the time you want to take off, then you're kind of screwed. Okay, so getting a second job where you're trading time for money is not the answer. Okay, let's see if anybody hopped on. Nobody hopped on. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, we're still new, building the momentum, and I'm trying to provide value for you. And I wanted to cover this series because I'm in a city that is very worldwide known, and uh, it's it's talked about the most. And I mean, it's New York. I mean, yes, my hotel's in Jersey, but New York is like the place that everybody wants to visit. We had some tragedies in New York. You know, New York rebuilt, and I don't know, it's like one of the most visited places in the world, New York, because I drove through, on the way back to the hotel, I'm driving through New York, Brooklyn, and, getting to the tunnel, and I'll tell you, it was packed. So many people in New York City, most of them obviously tourists. There are shops on Canal Street, which is right smack in the middle of Chinatown in New York, and you got these gift shops on both sides of the streets. I love New York gifts and stuff like that. And I'm from Chicago, and we don't have anything like that. Okay, people travel to Chicago, yes, but not what I saw yesterday. Gift shops galore on each side of the street, and I mean, packed with people. The streets were packed with people. And as I'm leaving New York, going through the tunnel, uh, and when I get out of the tunnel, I jump on the Skyway, the Pulaski Skyway, and you should have seen the traffic coming into the city, which means people from Jersey crossing the bridge, going through the tunnel. It was a Saturday. Yesterday was a Saturday, so can you imagine Saturday night in New York City? Wow. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to partake in that. Maybe one day. And, I say maybe one day, but this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is why I'm sharing with you because I found the answer. Now I want to share the answer with you. Because if you love to travel and you want to, you know, not only have time to travel, and maybe, if you're single or if you have a family and you have children and you want to spend more time with them and then take them to see the world and see other places besides just your backyard in your hometown, this is the answer. I found this, and I'm not the only one. We have 53,000 plus in the community that have also found this little secret. Okay, and you can be a part of it too. So stick with me this week, okay? Because in the next few videos, I'm going to show you how to escape the clock, okay? And build a life that lets you work from anywhere. The cliche is it's called the laptop lifestyle. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm on my laptop. And as a matter of fact, you could do this on your phone. So as you can, I'll give you a little hint. You could even, while you're sightseeing, you could be working. And you're going, what? Yes, while you're sightseeing, you can be working. You could, and you could earn a living traveling the world, sightseeing, and it usually takes about 2 hours a day. But you can do this while you're traveling, while you're sightseeing. And we'll get to that uh, towards the end of the series. So that's why you should stick around. So once again, subscribe to this channel if you like the content and you really want to find out what does it take, how can I do this. You piqued my interest, and if those things are going through your head right now, you stick around. And once again, subscribe and make sure you subscribe to notifications, because right now I can't give you a schedule at what time I'm going to go live every day because of what I'm doing. Because like yesterday, got all messed up. I was going to go live at 8 Eastern. I thought I was going to come back at 6 o'clock, but so much stuff happened that I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't even able to, when I got up to my room, I couldn't do it because I was exhausted. But when you subscribe with notifications and you're around and I go live, you'll get a notification and you'll be able to hang out with me. Because today, right now, I feel a little lonely. Nobody showed up. Come on, man. Let's go. Somebody say hi. Anyway, but as I was saying, this is my brand new channel. And nobody knows that I have this channel yet. And I still have to optimize my videos so that way my videos get pushed out and people come and hang out with me. And that'll happen shortly. This is only let's see, I started on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I didn't go live. This is my fifth or sixth live, because I did a couple on Monday. So I'm building the channel. I'm building the momentum, and I'm going to provide value for you on this channel in regards to escaping that rat race, to escaping the clock, escaping the traffic. Driving in traffic like. You don't want to see New York. I thought Chicago was bad, man. New York, Jersey, and New York. That cross between New York and Jersey, whether you're going in or out. Oh my goodness, it's bad. It's really bad. So yeah. So stick around, and I will show you how to get out of that situation if that's what you really want to do, and if not, that's okay too. But a lot of people that found us, they're happy and excited and looking forward to, uh, how they can change their life and what's coming, and how can they spend more time with their family, their loved ones, their children, and of course, going back to that, travel more if that's what they want to do. I know I want to do that, and I wanted to escape the grind, and I found the solution. And if you hang out, if you stick around, not just on this series, but when you subscribe, I will be bringing value to you that will maybe help you with the mindset. I'll help you shift that from being an employee that goes to work and punches the clock. Today it's funny because I worked for this job where, well, now today it's like you put your thumb on there, fingerprint. They got your fingerprint in the system. That's how you punch the clock. Anyway, I'm rattling on. My allergies are starting to act up, and that's okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I can't promise what time, but you know what? My bad. I can promise what time, because tomorrow is Monday. We're not working. We got all three of us have a day off. So 9 o'clock in the morning, uh, Eastern time, I will be live with episode number 2 on how to escape the grind and how to stop, trading time for money so you can have a little bit more freedom to do what you want with your time and your life on your terms and not on your boss's terms or the company's term or whatever the case may be, what you do for a living. But if you want to escape that, stick around. Once again, subscribe, like, share, subscribe with notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow live. Okay.